Have you ever seen these bots in the Grand Exchange advertising gambling services? Well, today we take a deep dive at how the insides of these gambling operations work and some of the hidden secrets you probably don't know. Moving past the surface level bots that advertise in the center of the Grand Exchange, the rest of this operation starts with the clan portal. Each gambling outfit has a specific world where they have a clan hall, and outside of this clan hall, you'll see characters like this. These characters are often automated and are some of the lower level contributors to this operation, having little to no meaning to the accounts. Therefore, you see these accounts get banned fairly often. These accounts are what I like to call a low tier advertiser, bottom of the food chain for this operation, and their only goal is to advertise and monitor the clan hall. They won't switch worlds, they'll stay strictly where the clan hall is located and advertise and watch over this clan hall. So you're probably wondering, how do you even get access to this clan hall? What's the name of it and what's inside of it? Well, the bots we talked about earlier that are at the Grand Exchange will often say a clan hall name for you to join in between their gambling promotion. Once you join these clan chats, oftentimes the clan hall world will be advertised right in the name, and you'll be greeted with a massive list of RSNs. That includes both staff and customers. So you've now entered the clan hall, and you'll immediately realize that there's a few accounts that have the exact same outfit on. I like to call these the high limit gambling bots. Unlike the bots at the GE, these guys are programmed to run and maintain high limit gambling games. So typically the limit at the GE bots is 100 million coins per bet. Well, the limit here is anywhere from 500 million all the way up to 2 billion. Just like the casino in real life, this is meant for high rollers. So there's preferred status among some of these gamblers, and they come here for these bots. These bots are engineered to transfer trillions of GP, therefore they have more importance than the level 1 bots that we showed you earlier. Everything about these bots are set up to promote high limit gambling. There are no public chats on these bots, everything is within the clan chat, and they are hidden within the clan hall, therefore there's less exposure to them. The chat channel tells all here. Anything from who's gambling to how much they're gambling, what they're playing, what games are being offered by the bot, when the bots are taking a break. This is a very complex and intricate operation. If you spend any amount of time here, it's not uncommon to see hundreds of millions cycled through these bots in just single bets. You might have seen this character when we first arrived at the clan hall. This is what I call the pit boss, and this is where things really start to get interesting. The pit boss is essentially an overseer of the casino. The pit boss is responsible for keeping game integrity, and what I mean by this is just basically making sure that the games on the bots are running smoothly as they can malfunction. And moving forward with this, they're responsible for process overview, so they want to just keep an eye on everything that's going on within the clan hall. And this is our first position here on the ladder that is sometimes human operated. So I believe it's about 50-50 between having a bot in here that's scripted somehow to know kind of if there's any issues, and a human that's operating this simply watching over everything. And their last main reason is anti-cheat. And what I mean by this is making sure that there's no players within the casino that are having any kind of edge or advantage. They obviously don't want this. Players in with multiple accounts playing, crackers or something like that. So the pit boss is a very important figure in this whole operation. Alright, so now you're in the casino, let's talk about what games are offered and how they're played. First up, we're going to talk about the Christmas Cracker game. So how this game works is the bots will have the Christmas Cracker, a holiday event item, that you can use on another player, and it basically pops a Christmas Cracker and one of you is guaranteed a prize. Now this is the bet, so it's essentially a 50-50 chance that you'll win this bet. And you're basically betting on if the bot is going to get the prize or if you are going to get the prize. You'll see players type in commands like me or you before they bet, and this is dictating which side they believe the prize is going to land on. Because of this, and because of the easy verifiable nature of this item and this gambling game, this is a favorite among these gamblers. The other games offered at these casinos are typical casino games like dice, craps, roulette, etc. But the problem is, you're not actually playing these games. You're just typing the command in for the game that you want to play, and then the bot runs a script and spews out an answer of who won. There's no verifiable odds with this. The bots could say that it's 3-1 in the dealer's favor, for example, but there's actually no way to really prove it. This is a real problem. In a normal casino, the odds are clearly stated and understood, or at least they should be, and you can physically see what's happening in front of you. Now, RuneScape isn't a gambling platform, but even if it was, this would be a major problem. A lot of these people are betting thinking they're doing 3-1 odds or something similar, and they could be much worse. I've spoken to people that have lost billions of GP here. Next on the ladder is the collector/enforcer. These are all human, and these guys are still involved with the actual operation going on within the clan hall. They are around scarcely though, and if you blink you'll miss them because they are in and out here. And what they usually do is they'll collect a lump sum of the GP that's been accumulated every so often, and then they will process that to be laundered and turned into cash. These enforcers are scarcely around on the actual ground floor of this operation, so if you blink you'll miss them. It is rare to see them in game. These same people also take complaints and reports, things like this, from the pit boss and make a final decision on what to do. So typically the pit boss will just report to them and try to keep something under control until they arrive to make a final decision. As you can tell at this point, this goes much deeper than just the RuneScape game platform. There's a Discord for this gambling service, and this is how I found a lot of the information, honestly, about how this is set up and the structure of employees. The enforcer is the last level of employee to actually be involved or appear with in-game activities. The people above the enforcer are simply too important and have different types of tasks that are reliant on out-of-game activity. Which brings us to our level 5 role, the service manager. The service manager is involved with scripting the actual bots, maintaining the Discord, logging GP movement between sales, buyer, and seller, and often has something to do with the payroll, so the actual payouts to the other employees. The service manager is a very, very important position in this operation, seemingly, and is one of the highest earners directly involved with the ins and outs of this operation. If you guys are enjoying the video, please consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe. The channel is growing pretty fast, and honestly I couldn't be happier. Every little bit of support helps and pushes us closer and closer to that coveted 1,000 subscriber mark. We're almost there, so I appreciate the support. Thanks again, everyone. Now we are at the final level of this pyramid, or gambling iceberg, if you will, and that is going to be the owners. So the owners likely created the casino, and they likely funded a lot of the beginning operations to get it off the ground and kind of organized the whole thing. They definitely staffed the employees, and one of the main things with this role is it seems like they have the final say over everything, as they are the owners of this operation, and so everything important must run through them or the chain of command. The owners are never seen in game and don't even appear in the community Discord. The only way that they are contacted is directly from an enforcer or a higher level employee. It can be assumed that these individuals publicly distance themselves from their operation because they have the most to lose from this. If this operation were to go down, surely they would lose the most amount of money, and they would be one of the ones facing legal repercussions if there are any for them. So let's go ahead and try to configure the amount of GP running through this operation on a daily basis. Now, the number of GP running through this operation will be easier to calculate, as we don't know the actual profit percentages of the games that the bots state and run. Keep in mind this is a rough estimate as these averages are based on a small sample size that we observe from viewing the plan chat over a period of time. So we came up with an average of about 2 bets per minute per bot, and there's usually about 3 bots at a single time. So this equated to 6 bets per minute. So we took 6 bets per minute times the amount of minutes in a day, we got 8,640. So with an average bet size of about 1 million GP, this does vary. As you can see, there's been bets between 500 mil all the way to, just 10K, 100K. So keep that in mind. 1 million GP times our 8,640 equated to about 8.5 billion GP generated through these bots per day. Now, just taking in this amount as a keep factor amount, or the amount of money value that's being run through these bots on a daily basis, it's about $2,500 per day, and extrapolated over a year, you're looking at about 900K US dollars per year traffic through these bots. It's incredibly eye-opening because that's such a large sum of money, depending on where you live throughout the world as well. And it seems like every time RuneScape bans one of these, gambling operations, another one pops up. RuneScape removed the duel arena. They removed, all sorts of things, but people are still finding a way to gamble. Death matches would be a great example of this. Do you think the issue of gambling, rather, or the topic of gambling, the act of it, will ever really go away in RuneScape? Or do you think as long as the game is around, gambling will be a part of it, as it is somewhat ingrained in the game's nature? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have you ever been to one of these places? Do you have any experience with this? Thoughts, comments, concerns? Appreciate it. Peace out, everybody.